Welcome to Sports Close-Up with my co-host Ed Barron. This is Mike Fiorillo. Today's show, Cash Volleyball. Great season for the ladies of Cash. And Ed, take it away.
We have Coach Conneaut and Coach Heffler here. Coach Conneaut, you just came in 5 months ago, correct?
That's correct. Yep.
And you guys come in, win a couple tournaments, Region 4, District 10. How did you get on such short notice? Did you get everything going? I mean,
Well, there's a number of variables that cash into this, I suppose. First of all, we had Steve here from last year's coaching staff, and he did a fantastic job of kind of creating a bridge between the players and the new coaches. Obviously, trust is an enormous factor when your new coaches coming into a program that's been established and experienced their fair share of success. So Steve's been fantastic as far as kind of getting Lindsay Hasbrook and Mark Ruttenberg and I acclimated to the program. And a lot of it is pure and simple the girls. There's a tremendous amount of character on this team. The girls are very dedicated to the program, to the sport of volleyball, and to one another. They have very high expectations for themselves and their teammates, and they put the work in. They bust their butts day in and day out, and it got to the point where we would show up early for practice and there would already be little groups broken off working on individual skills, and some of them would stay after to work on things once practice had concluded. So you have to give all the credit to the girls. They got themselves to this point because they wanted it, the desire was there, the dedication was there, and they willed themselves to this success.
now do you think you came from the Y
I did.
last year and you helped coach JV? Well, you were the coach of the JV program for basketball.
Yes.
And then you come out here and you're the head coach of the volleyball. Do you think that working with the youth for so many years, do you think that helped you when you came up to bond with these girls?
Oh, I definitely think so, and I think that our backgrounds as athletes ourselves kind of played into that. We understood the time management part of things, the teamwork things, the extra work, the extra mile that you have to go into in order to realize the success, especially at the AAA level. I mean, AAA volleyball in this area is extremely competitive. I mean, you've got the Meadvilles, the Warrens, the Harbor Creeks. You've got these teams that churn successful records in and season out. And to boot, you also have Cochraton's and Maplewoods. So, I mean, the competition in this area is very stiff. And coming from those sorts of backgrounds and then having the different experience, Steve has a tremendous amount of experience coaching obviously Rut, 30, 40 plus years, and Lindsay, even as young as she is, she's got a tremendous amount of experience too. So I think that combined with all of the different experience we have coaching with different age levels from 3 and 4 year olds all the way up to 18-year-olds, I think that definitely worked in our favor.
Coach, why don't you step back from it and tell us a little bit about yourself, your background. Where did you go to high school?
I am a Conneaut Lake alum, pre-consolidation
Right.
in the school district, and I played basketball, volleyball, and softball there. So familiar with the area. And then I went on to Slippery Rock and Penn State, Barron, and dabbled in a little bit of basketball there. And that's...
Then you were working at the Y. You had this job, you said, for 5 or 6 months.
The coaching job,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I was at the Y, and then I was lucky enough to come on and work in the business office at the school district here.
Oh,
and
okay.
then the basketball position opened, and then the volleyball position opened, and things kind of fell into place. And for the coaches and for the girls, I think that it's worked out all right.
Yeah, your first year, you win these things. You had said the teams. You mentioned some of the tough teams. You beat Meadville for D10. I know Meadville, was really pumped for that match. You were pumped for that match. It was held at Cochraton, I believe, which is a change, right? District 10 used to have all the games at Meadville back in the day, and they flipped it now for whatever reason. So that game was at Cochraton, right? The D10
Yes,
championship.
it was.
Coach in Meadville, former coach at Cash, who won here himself,
Yes.
built the program. So what was it like when you walk off the court and you beat a former coach from Cash and you win your first D10? What's it like?
Steve, why don't you go ahead and answer that first, and then I'll follow up soon. Because Steve's been here for a couple of years,
Steve,
so I
why
know
don't
that
you go
he's
ahead,
kind of experienced the peaks and valleys, and obviously, like I said, had bridged the former coaches to the present coaches. So how did you feel, Steve?
Well, I think coming from the year before where we came so close, we played really good team in Warren the year before. They went on, they were runner-up in state. So, but we knew we had our opportunities. We led that first set 20-12 before we let it go. So I guess coming away from the year before, I felt like this was a state-level team. I felt like they had the potential, and it was just exciting to see the team rise to that level and to make it through the District 10 this year and into the state playoffs, and I'm just as excited for next year.
You know, you talk about that, and we talked about like Maplewood, Cochran, and Meadville, et cetera, teams, and you know, obviously the dean of coaching in this area is down at Maplewood, Sheila. I mean, you walk into their school, they don't have the D10 trophies in the front of the case. They have their state trophies in the front of their case. So everybody tries to match where they are intensity-wise. You guys want to build on that. Now, Steve, you've been here for a while. What do you see in your new head coach that helps you believe that that could happen? I'm putting you on the spot because he's sitting right next to me. You don't want to get fired from your job either.
Well, as a volunteer coach, it's kind of nice.
Sure, you can't get fired.
You know, I don't hurt the budget.
Right.
But I think the thing that really let me know right away, we sat down, first time we got a chance to meet, we went and sat down for dinner prior to the summer open gym, and we just began talking, began sharing our philosophy of coaching, began sharing ideas, and in just an extremely short period of time, I knew that she and I were on the same mindset, and even to the point where I began to ask her, and I jokingly said, what books are you reading? What websites are you on? And we found that we had read many similar books. We had been on a lot of the same websites, and so that was just a unique start right there, that I knew we were kind of coming from the same mindset. She has, from the very beginning, she's included all the coaches that were involved. She regularly seeks out everyone's input, and she does a great job of taking the input but still being the leader. It is no doubt it's her team, and she has led it, but she never makes any of the coaches feel like they're not involved, that they don't have an important role in this team. So, and I feel like she's done a good job of seeking out the girls' input and listening to the girls, and I think all of that has combined to help make her successful. And I think as far as going forward, just seeing the continuity that we want to build all the way from the younger girls all the way up, teaching the same things throughout is going to help to try and build that continual program that you mentioned is at Maplewood and some of the other schools like that.
You know, Coach, to get back to you for a few minutes here. Volleyball, what is your belief? What's your style of coaching? What do you put your most demanding time in volleyball at? What part? The passing, defense, blocking, you know, killing? Where do you put your, or does it depend on what kind of team you have each year?
Well, I would have to say the easy answer is probably the defense, but at the same time, when you come into a team, you have to recognize what their strengths and their weaknesses are, and you have to go from there. Obviously, you want to see every area improve over the course of a season, but I think in particular this year, we eventually concentrated quite a bit on the defensive end. We felt like we had all the tools and the pieces there. We've got some incredibly talented young ladies in every aspect of the game, and we felt like we had to start with the defensive side of things and make things run from there, because we couldn't get to the other pieces of the puzzle until we felt like we were more in control and a little more comfortable as far as the girls were concerned. Just even getting everybody on the same page. There's a lot of communication, there's a lot of knowing where you are on the floor and knowing where you are on the floor in conjunction with your teammates. And once I think that we got some of those irons wrinkled out, we really saw them start to take off. But again, you want to see them improve in every aspect over the course of the season. And I think that we can argue that our girls have. A lot of people look at our record and look at the success that the girls have realized over the course of the season, and they kind of chalk it up to, well, it was a pretty easy start. And I think that that's a little bit of a misconception because they've had a tough road. They've had a new coaching staff, and they've had to adjust to new personalities, new concepts, new, just even how practices are being held, I'm assuming are different than they were in the past. So they've kind of had everything stripped down and started over again, and that's not easy for a varsity level program. They were stuck for a little while in between old habits and new habits, and as an athlete, that's very hard when your immediate instinct is to do something one way and your coaches are pushing you to do something a different way. So they had their fair share of ups and downs, and like any other team, we had a number of injuries to key players, and we had some unexpected emotional turmoil that the girls encountered throughout the season. I mean, it speaks volumes to their mental toughness, which is something that we wanted to get them to improve on as the season went on, and they did. They put their noses to the grindstone, and they said, we're going to do this. And it took some time, as it does, but their sheer willpower and their dedication to one another, I think, pushed them through. And they had a great stretch in the middle of the season where they strung off 10 or 11 consecutive matches, but it wasn't easy. We were getting everybody's A game every single night, and people were pushing the girls to the brink, and they just kept fighting through. And we hit a little bit of a low point at the end of the season, and we made some adjustments, and they responded, and they just had a tremendous run in the playoffs. And they were tried and tested this season, and I think that even though we're losing 5 key seniors, they've really prepared themselves to take the next step next season, and it's 100% because of them and the work that they've put in and their desire, and it's a really exciting time for the program.
I just met you, listening to you, I'm going to gather a couple of things I get from you. Number one, you're an intense coach. You don't like to lose.
That is correct.
Yeah, and which is great.
Yeah.
I think coaches that have some intensity and don't like to lose and share that, and the kids buy in and get mentally tough, their programs are going to be successful. Okay, and number two, I gather too that you want to deliver it to your young people, and you want them to learn. You've only been here 5 months, so down the road they're going to learn this even more. It takes hard work to win.
Absolutely, and something that the coaches have discussed throughout the course of the season is, even though the girls might not realize it at this point in their careers, they're preparing themselves for that next step in life. So many student athletes in high school have that edge when they leave, whether it's to go to college or to jump into the workforce or whatever next challenge might lay ahead in life. And the leadership, the time management, the thinking on your feet, the conflict resolution, all of these things are skills that they're honing right now. And when they get into the real world, if they already have those kind of at their disposal and they've worked at those and they can come second nature to them, they're that much more prepared. We want them to obviously improve as volleyball players and as teammates, but as they get off into the real world, we want them to feel like they have those tools in their arsenal so that they can be positive contributors to society. That's a big deal, and that's something that not a lot of high school students or young adults have the opportunity to be exposed to, and we think that that's very important.
You played at Conneaut Lake. Who's your coach?
When I was in 8th grade, it was Coach Ruttenberg's last year, so I got exposed to him a little bit, which I think benefited anybody who came across Rudd, and we're obviously very thankful for him. He and Steve are volunteer coaches, and they've had tremendous impacts. So I had Mary Talbot for volleyball, Coach Ruttenberg and Coach Miller and Coach Jordan for basketball, and then Coach Wenzel for softball. So I had a very good mix.
You did.
I was very lucky.
Yeah, good coaches, all of them.
Absolutely.
Ed, anything else you want to add? Well, guys, thanks for a few minutes. We're going to talk to some of your players. One other thing before I let you guys go is, do you guys kind of like tell your kids how important JOs is? JO volleyball, so they can play volleyball when high school isn't organized?
We've been talking about this. Go ahead, Steve.
That was part of what I was meeting with the girls with over there before we sat down here, so that's definitely on our minds.
There's good JO programs around here too. So
Absolutely,
it's-
very competitive.
you know, I think female volleyball in this part of the state is probably one of the best in the state. Really.
Absolutely.
Very competitive.
Mm.
Well, guys, thanks for a few minutes. We're going to get back with some of the players of the CASH program.
Hey, we're back. We have two seniors here, and you are.
Taylor Kersnick.
And
Jamie Decker.
so, how did it feel to win, Region 4 and District 10?
It was a great feeling. It really was. It was really great, just like coming short like all those other years and then finally pulling it through like with the team. And we had like a great chemistry this year in that, and it was really nice to all pull it together and then win districts this year. It was really nice.
Let's talk about, some people say the elephant in the room. So let's bring it out right away on the table here. All of a sudden, there's a coaching staff change. It's just an opening, and you girls, go to school. You know what's going on. Were you concerned? Did you go to your first meeting or practice with the new coaching staff? You're like, what do we got here? Who's going to be our coach? What's it going to be like?
I was a little concerned at first because like normally first year of coaching staff is the building year, so like
Sure.
I was like, okay, like senior year, like we're just gonna build, like it's not gonna be that good. But then like as the season progressed, like then I realized like okay, we've got it this year, like we're gonna be good. And then we won D10, and I was very happy.
What was it like, though, in the beginning with the new coaching staff? Did you guys, like, obviously you bought into what they were selling, right, about intensity, mental discipline, playing great defense. And I'm a firm believer in any sport, if you can't play defense, you're not going to win, no matter how good you are offensively. So you bought into, diving for the ball, making sure no ball hits the floor, I'm sure, right, and getting the ball back up and then getting it passing and so forth. Now, what position did you play?
Middle hitter.
So you know how important that is to have good defense and good passing, right?
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get that ball to spike if it doesn't happen. And what position did you play?
Defensive specialist.
So you understand, you wear that different color jersey out there all the time. How did you guys bond as the season started progressing? Because you went through that winning streak where you guys probably felt no matter who we play where, and we know we're going to beat this team.
We definitely had to hold each other accountable for our positions, and we had to trust each other a lot. Believe that like everyone could do what they were supposed to do.
That's awesome. Where'd you learn that at a young age to hold people accountable? That is a great answer.
Mostly from our coaches.
Mhm.
They brought that to us a lot, and we just took it up.
What a great life lesson they taught you.
Yeah, but
Not-
it also counts with like the mental toughness as
Yeah.
Coach was talking about. Like that, like really helped. Like with her pushing us. Like even when she was like hard on us, it like kept us in like a good mindset the whole season.
And I'm a firm believer in young people that are in the sports or athletes want to be pushed to be great, and not in a bad way. I mean, not like slamming against the walls, but want to be pushed to be great. And you rather have that because you don't want to be somebody who like cheats you as an athlete, correct?
Yes.
Tell me, what part do you like better, blocking or spiking?
Spiking because I like getting the kill and then the throw of like jumping backwards. But like blocking is also the same because you get that big block on a big hitter and then it's like, let's go, like
Yeah.
we've got it.
And sometimes I can turn the whole momentum around when you get a key block.
Yeah.
Cash mash, that's the big rivalry in all sports around here now, is being that all three schools have and Conneaut joined. What was it like playing Meadville for the D10, and what was it like walking off the court with the D10 trophy?
Well, it was very fun, that game. Very fun. I had a lot of I was very fired up, not like anger, because
Sure.
like we've been having people talk in our ears whole season, like we're overrated, like Cash isn't gonna go anywhere this year and that. So like that really like had us like in the like we had a chip on our shoulder
Sure.
this season. So we're like, okay, like we've got this. Like even like with like Sliker like as our old coach, like that really fired us up more because we were like, well we don't want him winning, so like we're taking this.
Sorry about that, Tim. Okay. Same for you?
Yeah, I don't think it could have been any other team that would have. I think we definitely pushed ourselves. Not that we wouldn't have pushed ourselves with any other team,
Yeah.
but there's definitely that momentum going.
A little more satisfaction.
Yeah, playing them.
You win District 10, you get into the state playoff. What happened?
We
Bad,
just-
bad night?
Yeah, we lost our communication a lot. We just weren't playing together. It just didn't go our way we wanted it to.
So when you guys are seniors, you're walking off the court for the last time, does it hit you saying, wow, this is my last time I played for Cash? I mean, it's tough, right? When you realize it's over.
It was very tough. It's like it still hasn't like hit me yet because like I still have club ball and that,
Right.
so like I'm still gonna be playing, and then I want to pursue my career in college, so I want to keep playing. So it just
Where at? Do you know yet? You're
I've been
at?
looking at Cal-U right now. I just
Cal
went.
U?
Yeah, I
I
just
got a tremendous program.
yeah.
Wow, that's one of the best programs every year in the PSAC.
Yep.
Which, by the way, is, I don't know if you know this, the PSAC is the biggest Division II conference in the country. Just throw that out there.
Yeah.
My daughter played for Clarion, that's why I know that back in the day. But that's great. And Cal's got a great program, great facility. Have you been down there?
Yeah, I just went down there this weekend and I
Yeah.
talked to their coach, and that they want me to do an overnight stay.
Talk about
before
intensity. Their
Thanksgiving.
staff's intense, in a good way. Do you want to keep playing?
I've thought about it,
Mhm.
but I don't know yet. We'll see.
What do you want to do someday?
Either nursing or business management.
I'll tell you what, those are great two fields. Nursing, I'll tell you the thing great about nursing, you can get a job anywhere in the country. Anywhere.
Yeah.
You go south, you know, get away from the snow that's coming. What would you like to do?
Well, I was looking more towards the business and engineering field, but I haven't really sat down on like what I want to do. I'm still browsing and seeing like what I like.
I got a feeling that these two are very good students, is that right? You guys pretty good students?
Pretty good.
Yeah. How did, good crowd, good support from the student body here at
Yeah.
Cache?
Well, our student section was a little iffy at first, but then they started pulling it together, and then we were good. But
Little iffy, not too many in the beginning maybe, or
Yeah.
where are you, right? Let's get to the games.
Yeah.
And by the time you played Meadville or Conneaut, big student section?
Yes, big
Yeah,
student section.
big student
yeah,
section,
very
yeah.
big.
Very big. Awesome, heck yeah.
So, you play basketball, and you had her for.
You had her.
You had coach.
Yeah.
Even though she was, helping with the JV, does she bring the same intensity as she does when she's out on that basketball court? Is she like fired up, bouncing all over the place?
She does.
She does?
She does.
You
Yeah.
guys fed into that, didn't you?
Yeah. yeah.
What's
But
the
that's good. I mean, so how did the other ones feed off of it? Because you already expected it.
Yeah, I think having players on the team that have experienced that really helped bring everyone together that like was gonna like help us with her coaching.
So she's more like a player's coach.
Yeah.
That's good.
That is good. Any questions for us, ladies?
No.
All right, well, guys, thanks for
Put you
coming
on the
on.
spot.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with a few more Cache players. And we're back with Cassidy and Caitlin, juniors, on the Cache volleyball team. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, let's get right to it. All of a sudden, there's an opening for the coaching position. You guys find out about we're going to get a new coach. Nerves, anxious, excited. What was the feeling?
Well, I already know Coach Conneaut from basketball, so I was like really excited to
Were
have her.
you like hoping she'd get the job then?
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
She always pushes us to be better. Like you always know that she like believes in you.
Why do you like that?
I think just as an athlete, that's important to have like that confidence because I feel the past 2 years that I've been playing with this program, there wasn't any confidence on the team or we lacked it a lot. And to have her come in and actually tell us like, hey, you can do this, that was really important.
I'm not going to let you slide. What's your answer?
I was unsure about it at
Sure.
first, but I'm friends with a lot of the girls on the basketball team, and I asked them how she was, and I was pretty confident of what they thought about her, so I was excited.
So as the year progressed. Okay, and not just your new head coach, we had some other people come in to help, right? Other coaches come in, some coaches that have been in the Conneaut system for years. Not going to mention their names, Mark, but have been around for a long time. Okay, what was it like having just more than one set of eyes on you guys during practice, which is important?
Lindsay Hasberg, she came from a really good program, Sheila Bancroft, so we were really confident in her ability to coach. We were really excited about that one. And Rhett, of course, is amazing.
Yeah.
So it's a little intense, but it's great.
Yeah, and it helps probably too because you have different people telling you how to correct your mistakes, right? Not just one person, so it doesn't get old and come from a different point of view. And you made a great comment, whether you knew it or not. They've been there. They've been there. They played. They've been athletes themselves. They know what it's like to play under pressure and to set high expectations. And that's what you want, right, ladies? You want a coach to set high expectations. Before the season started, did you think District 10 was possible?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we were pretty confident.
Is that one of your goals?
Yeah.
Win the region also?
Yep.
Yeah, and win a couple of maybe tournaments along the way?
Yeah.
What was the most disappointing moment of this year for you guys?
Losing in the first state playoffs, we were really upset. We thought we were gonna win that one, and I don't know. We were all off that night, but
What was the most satisfying win? D10 championship game?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys know any girls that play from Meadville?
Yeah, I'm friends with a few of them.
Not during the match, though, right?
No.
Before and after the match.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Good game. It's always nice to say, I always felt this, and when I was coaching way back in the day, I always told my kids, it's always nice to say good game when you win. Because you can say good game when you win. When you lose and somebody says good game, you're like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But that was a big moment. What was it like playing in that game? Were you guys a little nervous before the match?
Yeah, there was a lot of nerves because it was just, for a lot of us, it was our first time being out there in that type of situation.
You guys met during the season. Okay, who won that match?
Well, the first time we swept them, and then
Right.
the second time we went to 5 and we lost.
So you guys were
exciting.
like, this could go either way going into the D10 match.
Yeah.
Big packed house,
Oh, for sure.
loud, both sides.
Yeah.
Student body section loud,
Yeah,
both sides.
we were screaming at each other just to get one point across.
Yeah.
Great, yeah.
Now, you're only a junior, so you're coming back here next year to Cash, obviously. But down the road, what would you like to do?
Like for school,
Mm-hmm.
I want to go play, and
Nice.
I want to be major in like teaching, probably elementary school teaching.
What do you want to do with teaching? You want to coach maybe yourself down the road
Yeah,
someday?
probably.
Elementary teaching.
Yeah.
God bless you. Anywhere specific, or would you want to stay around here, or who knows, right?
Yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, exactly. You're young, who knows?
I probably won't play at college volleyball, but I'm hoping to go somewhere down south for school and major in criminal justice.
Down south, you're smart. With the snow coming away, I'm out of here. I
No
want to go
way.
down south. Criminal justice, that's awesome. What do you want to do with that?
I want to be a lawyer.
Great. Yeah. Good. Is anybody in your family a lawyer?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Is anybody in your family a teacher?
No.
No? All right. Ed, you got any questions for these two young ladies?
You guys have one more year coming back. This year, what have you learned from the seniors to carry over to next year to help with, freshmen that are coming up and everything?
Nothing.
You're not getting out of this too. You're not getting
Sorry,
out of this
seniors.
I didn't admit that.
Positive vibes in the gym, always keeping a smile on your face, always picking up your teammates, making sure they're not getting down on themselves, and we learn from each other too. So
I think just realizing that, the freshmen are just important as the seniors, and, including everybody, because you're only going to get better by pushing each other. So I think that's going to be our biggest responsibility next year, is to, push the underclassmen and have them push us.
That's good.
I want to ask you guys one more question. Your coach touched on, you guys had a winning streak, and then you lost a little bit, and things were going downhill just a little bit. Do you think that's because you guys realized, and people don't realize this, that it's a tough grind? I mean, you're playing in August. You start practicing in August, then school starts. So you go to school, you get up in the morning, you go to school, you practice, then you have your homework, you go to sleep, you get up, the same thing happens the next day and the next day. And you guys are 16, 17 years old. That's a tough day, right? And people think, they're young, they can handle it. It's still a tough day, right? And you get mentally tired and you win, and all of a sudden you might lose a game, or you might have a bad game, and now you doubt yourself. And that's the biggest thing you don't want to do, right? And I'm sure your coaches talked about that when they're talking about mental discipline. Don't let doubt enter your mind about yourself. Just play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys did that, and you should be very proud of yourselves. You had a great season here at Cash. So thanks for coming on, and good luck next year.
Thank you.
You guys do well again next year, we'll be back, right, Ed?
That's right. Well, I don't know. You might be down in Florida.
We'll be back with a couple more players. And we're back here with Emily and Emma, two more members of the Cash program. Ladies, welcome.
Thank you.
Congratulations on D10 championship. Emma, what position you play?
Middle hitter, and then later on I got moved to the right side.
Did you like that, going from the middle to the right?
It was definitely a change, but I think it was better for the team, so I was happy to be there.
You know, it is a change too, and people that don't know much about volleyball don't understand when you go from the middle to an outside hitter, your steps are a little different, correct? And
Yep.
how you're getting the pass and how you can spike.
Yep.
Yeah. Did it take a while for you to adjust to that?
It did, but I was confident in my team to get the passes up, so, and then Emily to set, like, I think everything worked out well.
Emily, I'm gonna tell you something. What year are you?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior, so coaches over there probably saying, "Thank God, I got my setter back." But did you guys play a 6-2? What offense did you guys run?
So in summer league, we were switching. There was another senior,
Right.
and then before the season started, we were figuring out where we were all going to be because it's a lot easier when you know the
Sure.
beginning of the year to
Sure.
get like confident in your position. But then we just ran a 6-1 with me.
So you're the only setter. So if I remember what a 6-1 was from watching a tremendous amount of volleyball, that you ran around a lot.
Yeah.
And if people don't pass well, and people have to understand this, it makes the job for the setter doubly hard because you have to run around and get that bad pass and try to somehow make it a good set to your hitters. Did you get like signals from your coach who they wanted you to feed at certain times?
Sometimes it definitely depended like who was on the ball that night and what the defense was showing. So.
Did you once in a while take it yourself and put it over?
Yeah.
You like
it's-
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever you're a setter, you have to like not only read how your hitters are doing, but how they're setting up their blocks or their passers are setting up, or just who's on and who isn't.
You have obviously great hands to be a setter. You have to have that, obviously. And when did you learn to become a setter? Because special talents become a setter.
Yeah. Freshman year, I didn't play too much. I actually was a hitter. And then sophomore year, one of our setters got a concussion at a camp, and so I was like, well, I'll try setting. So sophomore year I started setting, and then towards the end of the year, and then whenever coach came in, she had us write like where our positions were, and so I was like, well, I guess I'll put setter down, and that's where it started.
Then you had to convince your new coaches that you were the setter.
Yeah.
I'm sure you weren't handed to it.
No.
Do you want to improve on your setting going into next year?
Oh yeah.
You're going to play JOs, and you want to play, you want to go to camps and so forth?
Yeah, our camps really help, especially like not even just with like fundamentals, but as a team you become a
Right.
family at camps.
Right.
So.
Emma, so you were outside middle hitter. You went to the outside. Tell people the difference between the middle and the outside. Did you get more blocks when you play the middle, or do you get more blocks when you play the outside?
Well, it all depends on the competition, but the main reason I was moved to the right side was to block the outside because that's normally like their strongest hitter. But I think I got more touches in the middle, but it all depended on on the other team, like who their best hitters were and everything.
When Emily is setting you up
Yep.
for a kill, all right? When you get on top of the ball and you jam it right down and you bury that kill, tell people what it feels like. 'Cause it doesn't feel like it's right in your face, man, right?
It's a special feeling for sure. You know, but it all starts with like the pass and then
Right.
the set. Like so,
Right.
I mean, it's not just the hitter.
No.
It all depends.
But you
As a
also have
team.
to have the technique to hit it. You can
Yeah.
have the best set in the world, but you can miss hit it too,
That's true.
correct?
Yep.
So, I mean, you have to jump at a certain time, a certain foot you got to jump on, you have to come down on that ball, and that's done instantaneously. It's not like dun, 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 dun. It's boom, you got to learn that and keep doing that. How much time do you practice doing it?
Well, every practice we do like hitting lines, and that definitely improved all like not just the hitters, but setting for M. And I think everything went well this season.
You know, one thing I forgot to touch on, I'm going to throw it to Ed after this. Tell me about how important it is to serve. Because you guys play rally scoring, and, you know, which I love rally scoring because it makes the game more exciting.
Yeah.
But if you don't serve well, you're giving points away, correct?
Yeah.
So you guys work on your serves a lot too?
Yeah, we do that a lot. We take different drills from our different camps that help, and our coaches always compare like a serve to like a free throw in basketball.
Yeah.
So it's just you on the line, and if you miss it, it's the other team's point. So.
Great comparison, and I'm sure when you look over, coaches got one finger or two telling you what kind of serve they want, right? Yeah, then.
Now, you said you went from the middle to the right side. Which position do you actually prefer?
I preferred middle, I guess, but coach proved a good point by moving me to the right side that it was better for the team, and I think they made the right decision moving me.
So are you going to stay there next year too?
I'm not 100% sure because we are going to be losing Taylor Kersnick, and she was a middle, so maybe I'll be filling her spot.
Are you going to stay at center then?
Yeah.
She's all happy, all good lucky. She must start smiling. What's something that the seniors gave you for like next year and to help out the younger kids when they come up through?
They were huge role models for sure. We can learn lots of different tips and like drills from them. They were our best friends on and off the court, so I mean they will be missed, but I think we'll do good next year.
Yeah, same. Just like even in the locker room, they'd talk to us, just like telling us about mental toughness and what a real team is, because you can have talent, but if you're not like a tight-knit family, then
I've always preached that, even coaching up in here, you got to have that.
yeah.
And if you don't have that bond, you can have all the talent in the world, and you might not. I mean, look at
Yeah.
the Cleveland Browns; they're not bonded. I mean,
Yeah.
But you do have to have that bond.
Yeah, and that's what Coach always told us, like with trust, you can't play a good game with your team because
Right.
if one ball's over my head, then I have to trust that the middle back's back
So
there.
that's what you
or-
can teach the freshmen coming up.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, ladies, one of the things that your coaching staff taught you in a short period of time, and your head coach mentioned this before, is about having a bullseye on your back. Well, you're going to have a big one next year because you won District 10. You won the region. Not sure how much it'll change because next year's this first year of the 2-year cycle that the PIAA changes every 2 years. But even so, teams are going to say, let's get Cash. They were D10 champs, and, we beat Cash. We made it. So that's a great feeling. And that's where you want to be. You want people to say, we want to beat that good program, Cash. And that's a good thing. And you guys just started that. So going back to next year, good luck to both of you. Continue to work hard. Continue to set your sights. You made it to the first round of state. I'm sure next year you guys want to get by the first round of states and go on. But along the way, you're going to have to win the little battles to get there. So continue to work hard, and we're proud of you guys.
Thank you.
We're proud of your coaching staff, and we're proud of Cash Volleyball. And for Ed Marin, this is Mike Furrell saying, you have what? Sports Close-Up on Armstrong, your neighborhood channel.